Hey everybody, welcome back. Team Walters, Richard here. So, as promised, today we're going to go over fire extinguishers, how to pick them, classes of the fire extinguisher and stuff like that. So, what have we gone over so far? Let's just do a review real quick, shall we? We did working smoke detectors. We mounted smoke detectors in the living room and the dining room. So we have working smoke detectors. We have an escape plan, how to get out. There's a steady thing going on here. We always want to plan to get out. Once you're out, call 911, let them know something's going on. Went over some kitchen safety, how to be safe in the kitchen. The biggest one is close before you doze. Went over that pretty hard. And then we did one up at Cedar Point. Did a little vacation video how to make a quick exit plan while you're on vacation. So we're going to do one here in the end of September. We're going to actually go to a hotel and be somewhere totally different and probably in a different country. Looking forward to that. So where are we going to go? We're going to go over fire extinguishers today. And I'm going to get up now. Enough setting. So on Thursday, just did a fire extinguisher class for business in my fire district where I work. So we're going to hit it hard. So we're going to go over the class of fire extinguisher. And fire extinguishers are marked. Let me pull up a little thing. Let me bring up this here. So fire extinguishers have markings on it. I don't know if you can you zoom in on that? Fire extinguishers have a mark, and the newer ones, this is an older fire extinguisher, but she's still good. Marked with A. This would be an A fire, this would be a B fire, this would be a C fire. And we're going to go over what those mean. The newer ones will have A, B, C on it, and that one does not. So, I apologize. Should have brought in a newer fire extinguisher, but I have these old ones laying around. Alright, got the close in on that. So, now we're going to go back. We're going to go back. What's the A mean? What's A mean? And as you've seen the garbage can on there, A is for ordinary materials such as wood, paper, basically anything that leaves an ash. If it burns and then leaves an ash, it's an ordinary material. It's be a class A fire. So as you've seen, this one had A, B, C. It had three different markings. The B is for flammable liquids such as grease, gasoline, oil. The easiest way to remember it is it comes in a barrel. So anything that comes in a barrel, usually are class B fires. Class A are ordinary, anything that leaves an ash, right? C fires, the easy way to remember them is a circuit, which is electricity. It's a live electrical equipment or your outlets or stuff like that. It's a live electricity. All electricity is alive until proven otherwise that it's off. And believe me, when I do any kind of electrical work, the switches are off, the breakers are off, and if I could pull the power out of the house, I would do it. So, but C is for live electrical, so you can just remember C is usually marked with a circle, and then on here, if you remember, it has a circuit. It has a cord going and plug in the outlet. So that's why it's marked with a circle, minus my artwork, but that's a circuit. So we have a class C is live electric circuit, B is flammable liquids, comes in a barrel, and A is ordinary materials, makes an ash. So there's a couple more classes of fire extinguisher, but these are for specific areas. D is marked with a star, and I don't have a D fire extinguisher. I don't have a reason for it. But they're marked with a D, and there's a yellow star on it. It's combustible metals. That's usually found in your labs and factories where we're working with magnesium, titanium, and sodium. And usually those are specific areas for milling or whatnot, and those employees are specially trained in that. And then K is for kitchen fire. Okay, kitchen. So, but basically you see those in restaurants or commercial kitchens. If you ever rented somewhere and you go in there, you see a silver fire extinguisher hanging up on the wall, and it has a different type of nozzle on it. Those are for the kitchen. Those are for anything that's like deep fried with like vegetable oil, fried foods and stuff like that. They're going to have that. They have to have that. And what it is, it's made out of potassium. It's an alkaline-based chemical reaction that happens. They used to use dry chem, but dry chem would break down and then the gases would seep back out and reignite. So that's why they came up with the K fire extinguisher. It's made with potassium-based products. But these ones right now are the ones that are primary right here. Unless you work in a kitchen or you work somewhere where they use a combustible metal liquid, which you're going to get special training on that. So this is just a rough review of some of the things we go over in fire extinguisher training when we teach it when I'm at work. So A is for ash, B is for flammable liquids, and C is for live electricity. Ash, barrel, outlet. That's the easiest way to remember it, and that's how we teach people. So what do you get? What type of fire extinguisher you get? Most households, this is all you're going to need right there. Is you're just going to need the A, B, C, and that's what we recommend because it's simple to get, and they're simple around. They come in this side, which is a 10-pounder, which is really heavy. I keep them around. I keep them at the exits. We're going to go over that. Usually there's something like this. These plastic ones are non-refillable. They're once and done. So sorry about that. This one's been around since '03. So, but you know what? Maybe later we'll just go out there and light something up. Maybe. So if you get to see us blow this off, I mean, use it. You know it worked. If you don't see that part of the video, it didn't work. So we'll see if it works. But we're going to go over it. So where do you put your fire extinguishers? All fire extinguishers should be near an exit. Because if you go get the fire extinguisher and the fire grows bigger, you can just leave the building and leave. Okay, so they're always near an exit. You always want them near an exit. And you want them mounted. These type of fire extinguishers come with little plastic brackets and screws. You just screw right into the wall, and you can mount them right near an exit or somewhere out of the way. So they're visible. So where you don't want to keep these is underneath the kitchen sink, underneath the stove, place like that. You want it easy accessible. So if there's something happening in your kitchen, you go grab the fire extinguisher, it's near the exit, you turn around, the fire is worse, you can just leave, right? So that's what you want to do. So we're going to go on how to use a fire extinguisher. Basically is what they're going to tell you is all manufacturers, and I'm going to tell you this, they're going to have instructions on it. They're quick and dirty, but they're going to go over it. The instruction, they're going to tell you, pull the pin, which is this right here, which if you pull on this right now, it will break that tab, and we'll do that in the video if it works. So we're going to pull it, we're going to aim the nozzle towards the fire, we're going to squeeze the upper part, and we're going to sweep. When we aim at the fire, we aim at the base of the fire. So we're going to pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. That's how you use a fire extinguisher. Hopefully we'll be able to demonstrate it. So the next thing we're going to go over is when to fight or when to flight. What do I mean by that? If the fire is too big, you're going to go into flight. You're going to get out of the house, get out of wherever it is, and not fight the fire. I'm not trying to make you a fireman. That's what I get paid to do. But we just want to get you, if you're confident and able to use the fire extinguisher and use it, be able to put the fire out. But so most important, working smoke alarms. That is more important than anything else. And as we went over, the first thing we went over when we started making these videos is working smoke alarms, because you gotta know that something's happening in the escape plan. That carries over right on to this. Is fire department called. Before you fight it or flight it, did somebody notify the fire department? Is 911 activated? Is help on the way? So is a fire small? Is it a small fire? Is it something you can get real quick and knock it down with a fire extinguisher? Do you know what's burning? Is a fire extinguisher right for the job? Is it an A-type fire, a B-type fire, a C-type fire? Do you know what's happening? You know what's burning? You know how to use the fire extinguisher. So if you're not comfortable using the fire extinguisher, don't use the fire extinguisher. Get out of whatever, the house or whatever. Activate 911. So everyone is out or leaving. Okay. That's the first thing. Is if you notice is we want to get you out of the house, get you away from it. If everybody's already out of the house, you're able to extinguish the fire. That'd be great. Okay. You have an exit to get out. What's that mean is always have your back towards the exit if you're using a fire extinguisher. Always have a way to go out. Don't get between the exit, the fire, and the exit. You want to fire you and then the exit. Fire you, then the exit. You always want to be able to go. So if you come back in and the room was on fire, was the garbage can over here, my shredder over there was on fire, and you went out, grabbed the fire extinguisher, you came back in, and now the curtains are on fire, it's starting to fill up the room, you just want to forget it. Shut the door and just leave. Activate 911, get help on the way. So that's basically, we're going to leave this right into the next one. Cut your losses and get out. If the fire spreads, that's what we just went over. Smoke fills the room. If the room in here was, the garbage can was on fire again and the room filled with smoke, It's time to cut the losses, shut the door, and get out. Fire keeps burning after the fire extinguisher is used. You use the fire extinguisher, it's not out, it's not going out. You want to cut your losses and get out. You feel overwhelmed or confused. At any point you get like that, forget it, close the door and get out. And why we keep saying about close the door is because you shut the flow of oxygen to the fire. You confine the fire to the best of your abilities. So at no ways is this designated to replace training. So if you need training, contact your local fire department and see if they do that. Where I work, we have a simulator that we use. It's almost like a video game. So maybe your fire department in your area has one. You can give them a call and see. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like what you see here, you want to be part of a team, join Team Walters. Hit the notification bell, hit subscribe, and then hit the notification bell when the video is put out. So until next time, everyone have a great day.